Hello, everyone, and welcome to the International Student Services Winter Commencement Celebration. We would like to thank you all for tuning in for today's premiere, and we are very excited to be able to congratulate our graduating class for the fall 2020 term. My name is Mina House, and I am one of the International Student Services Assistants at ISS, and it's a pleasure to be here and host today's event. I'm joined today by Emily Gams, one of our ISS peer advisors, who has been helping me with planning this event, and she will be also helping today with technology. Today's speakers include Samantha Mccabe, the Interim Director of International Student Services, Dr. Lori Reeser, the Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs, Alia Osmi, our student speaker, who will be graduating from the Wisconsin School of Business with a BBA in Finance, Investment, and Banking, Morgan Keller, the Assistant Director of Student Transitions and Co-Curricular Education for International Student Services, the International Student Services team, who will be sharing a short message to our graduating class. And we will also be including photos and shout-outs submitted by Global Badgers, their friends, family, faculty, and staff. For the fall 2020 semester, roughly 417 students will graduate both within the United States and abroad. Over 23 countries represented or will be represented during this commencement. And of the Global Badgers graduating this semester, they will also be representing 11 different departments, including the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences, the College of Engineering, the College of Letters and Science, the Division of Continuing Studies, the Nelson Institute for Environmental Studies, the UW Law School, Wisconsin School of Business, the School of Education, the School of Human Ecology, the School of Medicine and Public Health, and the School of Pharmacy. We cannot say congratulations enough to our graduating Global Badgers. Our first speaker today is Samantha Mccabe, Interim Director of International Student Services.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to this wonderful opportunity to celebrate our graduating Global Badgers. My name is Samantha Mccabe, and I have the pleasure of serving as Interim Assistant Dean and Director of the International Student Services Office at UW Madison. I truly take pleasure in my role because it grants me the opportunity to learn from our incredibly talented, intelligent, and thoughtful international students every single day. I am always amazed at what our students and alumni accomplish, and I am humbled that you chose UW Madison to chart your path and Wisconsin experience. There is no doubt that you have made sacrifices to get to where you are today. You have overcome great barriers that many of your peers have not experienced. You have journeyed thousands of miles from your home and familial support system to navigate an unfamiliar country and culture. You bravely chose to pursue your degree in an education system different than what you were accustomed to, and you persisted at a top-ranked university. You have navigated a confusing and ever-changing political and immigration landscape with such resilience. You have stood in solidarity with your peers against the fight for racial injustices. You have braved brutally cold winters and those icy walks to class. And lastly, you have finished your degree during a global pandemic. I hope that as you reflect on your time as a Global Badger, you celebrate these triumphs. Take time to express gratitude to your family, friends, and your fans who have celebrated your every accomplishment along the way. And don't forget the home and community you created here in Madison. Today, you join the Global Badger alumni family. We look forward to hearing about the great things you will do as you take your Wisconsin experience out into the world. Congratulations, graduating Global Badgers, and on Wisconsin.
Thank you, Sam. Next to give congratulations to our graduating class is Dr. Lori Reeser, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs.
Congratulations, Global Badgers. You did it. I'm Dr. Lori Reeser, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, and I'm so proud to be among those celebrating you today. In any normal year, this would be an amazing achievement. In this year, it is truly exceptional what you have accomplished. More than 400 international students from over 20 countries are graduating this semester. Many of you are in the US, while some of you finished your studies abroad. The contributions you brought to UW Madison during your time here were beyond measure. Your experiences, your cultural influence, your grit and determination. Our community is richer and our student experience more expansive because you were part of it. You have shown through a pandemic, immigration challenges, and economic crises around the world that you are resilient. You are strong, and you can and will do great things as you begin your next steps in life. Thank you for choosing UW Madison. We are honored and proud to have been a part of your journey and hope you consider this place a home you can always come back to. I wish you all the best. On Wisconsin.
Thank you for that amazing message, Dr. Lori Reeser. Next, we have our student speaker, Alia Osmi, who is graduating this semester from UW Madison's Wisconsin School of Business with a BBA in Finance, Investment, and Banking.
Thank you, ISS, for giving me the opportunity to speak today. Hello, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be upon all of you, a greetings that I say within my Muslim community. My full name is Alia Hayani binti Azmi, and I know that is quite long. So that's why, as all of the other international students here have their own short American name, so do I. And mine is Alia Azmi, or you guys can call me Alia for short. I am from Terengganu, Malaysia, a Southeast Asian country that is over 9,000 miles away from here. I transferred to UW Madison from Peninsula College, Washington State in the fall of 2018, and I am a business badger majoring in finance, investment, and banking. And let me tell you guys a story. Back in 2018, my advisor once asked me why I wanted to go to Wisconsin so bad, and I naively answered her because I wanted to experience the Midwest winter. And little did all of us know that polar vortex hit Madison during my first ever winter here. And it reached over -40 degrees Celsius, or that's equivalent to -40 degrees Fahrenheit, according to Google, because I don't do Fahrenheit back in Malaysia. And that was insane. I remember the second day of the polar vortex, I actually went out of my apartment because of my on-campus job. And the cold breeze actually hit my head as if I'm getting brain freeze due to the wind. And that was truly an experience I will always tell anyone who asks me about Madison's winter. I've truly enjoyed my time in Madison, knowing the faculty and staff, learning from the outstanding professors, working at the Wisconsin Union, and making new American and international friends. Grinding at the college library, working on papers and exams. Remember those days? And squeezing up in bus AD to get to classes in the month of February. I will never forget all of the Wisconsin experience I've joined and witnessed, such as the cheers on game days, the anxieties kick in for career fairs, the funny and fantastic costumes during Halloweens, and the majestic summer sunset that I've witnessed at the Lake Mendota while eating ice cream and cheese curds. And I have a lot more to mention, but I couldn't do so or else my speech is gonna end in 1 hour. To be honest, I am truly sad that my last semester is not as the usual semesters that we've all had before here in Madison. 2020 has been pretty difficult to all of us, right? I remember during this year's spring break, which was the time when the campus decided to shift everything to virtual, I wrote an email to ISS asking if it is okay for me to go back home to Malaysia during that time. I have like all of these questions lingering in my mind, and I wanted them to be put out there because I have too many questions that I don't have any answers to them. I asked ISS, will I be able to come back to the States if I do so? Or will I be able to graduate in December if I cannot enter the country again after that? So I just wanted someone to come up to me and answer all of these questions. And I appreciate the reply that I got from ISS the very next day. One of the ISS members replied to my email reassuring me that ISS was and still is doing their best to keep the international students community updated of any changing visa regulations. And reading that email personally written to me, I felt belonged. I felt like someone was looking after me. And for that, thank you ISS for taking care for all of us here. So after careful consideration, I decided not to go back home during that time and to stay at Madison. And consuming all of this news about COVID-19 actually spiked my anxieties. Luckily, I have my Madison Malaysian community here who keeps me going until my last semester. And look at me, I did it. And we've all did it, wherever you are. To my graduating class of 2020, I know that graduating during this time is not the most feasible thing to do in terms of securing our full-time job or figuring out our next steps. But remember those difficult days when finishing up papers and figuring out the value of call and put options take hours to solve with the help from the triple shots of espresso and some Cheetos, yet here we all are. We've survived those days, even though some of those days we started at 11 a.m. and stared blankly at the computer screens. Lack of motivation to continue this journey and finishing up all of the assignments that we have before the other ones come into our way. It's okay to feel that way, and it's not wrong to have these days. I'm super proud for each one of us and seeing all of us celebrating our peaks and valleys and smiles and tears. We are graduating during the most historical moments of the whole world, and I've never been prouder than today. And last but not least, thank you to my family and parents, my sponsor Mara, to all my friends who have been with me through my thick and thin and feeding me with good food whenever I miss home, my professors and ISS of course, and to all of UW Madison's community. I will miss everyone here. To all my fellow Badgers, congratulations. Please give some time to take care of yourself and give a pat on your back because we've all survived and we will all thrive. On Wisconsin.
Thank you, Alia, and congratulations on graduating. Our final speaker of the day is Morgan Keller, the Assistant Director of Student Transitions and Co-Curricular Education at ISS.
Hello, Global Badgers. I'm Morgan Keller, Assistant Director of Student Transitions and Co-Curricular Education at ISS. As one of your biggest fans on campus, it is truly an honor to have the opportunity to congratulate all of you, UW Madison's graduating international student class of fall 2020. I want to start by acknowledging some extraordinary commonalities many of you share. Each one of you not only studied abroad here at UW Madison, but you also completed a degree, a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree. Some of you already studied previously at UW Madison or another US university or college, and for some of you, this could be your second or even third degree. Some of you came here right out of high school at a young age, leaving behind your family and home, crossing oceans and continents to come to the US for the first time and begin your academic journey. Some of you came here with your families, your spouse, your children, even your parents, and they have shared in your journey and also been on their own voyage, finding their way in the local Madison community and schools. Today, just as we celebrate you and your graduation, we also celebrate them and your family thousands of miles away who have missed you, who raised you, who helped you reach the top of this mountain. Please remember to thank them for all they have done to help you climb and persevere through to the summit of this major peak of your life story. It's probably my own upbringing in California's Sierra Nevada mountains that inspires me to compare your academic journey to climbing. Indeed, I grew up less than an hour away from Yosemite National Park, exploring its beautiful natural landscapes throughout my youth. And one thing Yosemite is famous for is rock climbing. The park's most famous peak is El Capitan, which is this massive granite rock you see behind me as part of my virtual background of Yosemite Valley. At 3,000 feet, or 915 meters from base to summit, it is the largest piece of exposed granite rock in the entire world. American rock climber Alex Honnold made history in 2017 when he free soloed El Capitan. He climbed it from bottom to top without any ropes, and his climb was recorded in a documentary film you might know called Free Solo. I recommend it. Although I do not know your individual life stories, I think each of you in some way free soloed your climb to graduation. You are about to earn your degree from one of the best public universities in the US and the world, an El Capitan of academia, and you did it without ropes. You've climbed a foreign language, English, which, to mix metaphors a bit, is not a piece of cake, but more like a giant jar of peanut butter, an acquired taste with a strange flavor and sticky texture on the tongue. Inside and outside of the classroom, you've climbed a complicated country and culture in the US that is riddled with ideals and injustices and opportunities and failings. You've probably felt confused and hopeful, embraced and then pushed away, and all the while you've kept climbing upward. You've climbed and survived a new climate where it's bone-chilling winter half the year and it gets so cold that the lakes freeze over and people ice fish. You've climbed walls of homesickness, loneliness, culture shock, stress, anxiety, doubt, and uncertainty, far from your family and support network back home. And you've climbed the greatest wall yet, completing the final pitch of your climb in the face of a pandemic that has threatened the health and well-being of you and everyone you love, forced you to stay home, adapt to virtual learning, and miss out on the in-person things that make up the traditional UW Madison college experience, like face-to-face lectures and class discussions, jumping around at a Badgers home football game, and the commencement ceremony at Camp Randall. Indeed, you've all been free climbing all the way up through your final ascent to graduation. So as I stand here at my standing desk in my home office with my Yosemite virtual background, wishing I could see you all face to face, please know that this is my standing ovation to all of you free soloists graduating Global Badgers. Congratulations on defying gravity and making it to the top. I am looking up at your determination, your resilience, your independence, your broad-mindedness, your brilliance, and your daringness to climb as high as you can dream. I would like to conclude with a quote that I hope you will keep in mind as you move on to climb new walls and mountains in your lives as UW-Madison alumni. The quote is by David McCullough Jr., son of Pulitzer Prize-winning American author David McCullough. He says, "Climb the mountain not to plant your flag, but to embrace the challenge, enjoy the air, and behold the view. Climb it so you can see the world, not so the world can see you." So for those of you who know me, you know that I love puns and playing with words, so I can't help but end with one of my trademark dad jokes. Therefore, I wish, Wisconsin, each of you good fortune and good health as you start your next adventure. On to the next mountain, and on Wisconsin.
Thank you, Morgan, for your amazing message to our graduating Global Badgers. The International Student Services team is made up of 15 full-time staff and 11 student workers. We were unable to all meet together to give our congratulations to our graduating class, but we still wanted to give our graduating Global Badgers a short message from our team.
Hello, Global Badgers. International Student Services here to congratulate our graduating class of fall 2020. We know that this year has been difficult for many of you, but you have overcome these challenges to complete your program and graduate this semester. We all know you will each do amazing things in the future. Don't forget to stay in touch with our office through social media, our website, or YouTube. And again, congratulations, graduating class of fall 2020. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Global Badgers.
This semester and year has been very difficult for all of us. Having our friends, family, faculty, and staff be there to support our graduating class has made this year achievable. Over the past few weeks, our office asked graduating Global Badgers to give a shout out to the people who have supported them along this journey. We have also asked friends, family, faculty, or staff to give a shout out to a Global Badger grad, to congratulate them on their success. Along with these shout outs, our graduating Global Badgers have submitted graduation photos to celebrate their achievements. Thank you all again for watching the ISS Winter Commencement Celebration.